Yeah, to study medicine. I was cleaning people's bum and doing HK.
I am back, like I'm making it back to YouTube. It has been a very hectic 1 year for me. But guys, I promise I'm going to make a sit-down video explaining to you guys how it has been for me, like giving you guys back-to-back details, why I decided to take this year off and why I decided to come back. So this is my very good, beautiful young friend, as well as my housemate. So today we decided we are going to be filming this obonge content, and yes, this is 1 year update. We are going to be talking to you guys about our experiences here in Australia. She came to Australia in 2023. She came in February. I came in July. How has Australia been to you? Good, bad, ugly?
Mixed feelings, actually. I've seen both the bad side and the good side, but I mean, right now, I could say everything is going pretty well.
Wow. There were days I broke down. Yeah. I cried. There were days I was tearful. There were days I was jumping everywhere. Yes, I think every one of us who left their families at a time, we go through this particular phase. So if you ask me how am I feeling now, like there are days my emotions are high, there are days it is normal, there are days it is low. I am still in that phase where I'm trying to settle into the system. That being said, I'm going to be asking her the first question, which is why she came to Australia. Why not UK? Why not Russia? Why not Canada?
Once again, my name is Anita and
Dr. Anita.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I forget? Dr. Anita.
Disability was not making it remember.
I came to Australia mainly because of my career. I wanted a country that sort of supports my career as a medical doctor with good pay. I mean, I'm not a doctor because of money, but money is important. And Australia seems to be one of those countries. Funny enough, my first option was Canada. Yeah, Australia was actually never part of the list. Canada was my first option. But I began to read about Australia. My brother too was also keen on going to Australia. And I was like, wait, this country is actually better. Like, good standard of living, good pay, good everything. So I leaned towards coming to Australia. I'm not practicing as a doctor yet. I'm doing my master's in public health. So that mainly is the reason I came to Australia, because of my career. It supports my career and is a good place to grow as a young doctor.
Wow, that's beautiful. Guys, I'm jealous, so I'm going back to school. Like, I need to become a medical practitioner, hook or crook. How is the academic life here? Are you going to say it's chaotic, it's complex? Are you going to say it's easy?
Well, I would say it's easy, but that is also because of the course I'm doing. Though there are some courses that you do that are quite challenging here, especially maybe towards the whole maths and science calculation sense. So if I were doing a course towards that extent, I could say it's going to be difficult. But I'm doing public health and I'm doing masters. And as most of us know, master is not a very challenging course to do. It's quite easy. I go to school once a week and most of my classes are online. Our assessments are quite easy to do. So I enjoy it. That is also a very big point. I enjoy the course I'm doing and I'm very acquainted to most of the things because it's still health related. So it's not difficult for me to do at all. Though I do lots of research, articles, referencing and all that, but I still enjoy it. And Australia is a country that makes studying easy. They give you good materials, libraries, everything that makes the studying easy for you. And the lecturers are quite friendly. I mean, imagine you can call your lecturer. You can write your lecture. In Nigeria, you can't do all those things, you get. So the lecturers are also like a very big part of why I would say studying here is easy for me. And everything, the country as a whole, good internet. I mean, there's peace of mind here, it's quiet, it's calm. So all these things will also help your academic journey. So that is what I think personally about studying, but someone might have different opinion about their schooling here in Australia.
All right, I'm happy she said personal opinion because if I start to tell you my experience in that university, because me, I woke up 12 a.m. I'll be on my laptop till 5 a.m. What's so easy about schooling here? Then they'll ask me to use Vancouver referencing, use API. I was like, man, these people that they don't know that I'm just picking IB. So let me just leave my own story for another day. Dr. Anita, if you're asked to marry an Australian or if you meet somebody who is Australian, like a white Australian, not Niger Australian, is it something you put think about going for?
Well, I'm someone that is very open-minded, to be honest. I've never been very specific on maybe race or even your tribe generally. So I could say that yes, I could marry like a white Australian. There are some specific qualities I sort of look for in a husband, and the list of them is the person's race or where they are from. Your faith, of course, Christian, you have to be a Christian. That is the number one thing for me. And of course, other qualities that I'm sure a matured man should have, which I don't want to talk too much about. So race, you being white or Australian is not a problem, though I would prefer to marry my fellow Nigerian. I would prefer to marry someone from my tribe. I'm Igbo, from Imo State. So I prefer that because you can relate more to the person. You guys will share similar values. An Australian will have different ways to raise the kids compared to us Nigerians. So all these things, they actually play a factor in why I would say I would prefer to marry a Nigerian. You guys will understand things easily. Like, you don't have to argue or go back and forth because you guys were probably brought up similarly. My priority is actually the kids. So I want to marry someone, the both of us, to raise our kids to be very disciplined, and marrying a Nigerian can actually support it because trust me, the way kids are being raised in this country,
like
I like the way my parents raised me and
the way I'm raising my kids.
So that I would prefer to marry a Nigerian. But I'm still open. I can still be with a white person. Love can do something to someone.
So of course, I'm going to give it to Nigerians, or I'm going to give it to Africa as a whole. We have very good moral values compared to what me I've seen. A few countries I've been to, I'm going to say our parents did a good job. Tell me your experiences regarding searching for a job, settling down, and currently how you are navigating the system.
First of all, Australia is an expensive country. Though my parents are sponsoring my education, but you know Nigeria, our naira is falling. So at some point, I would also have to step up and support. So working here is very important. Your job here is very important because it can actually factor your school fees. If you are able to work and pay your fees, they are going back to Nigeria. So work is a very big part of us here in Australia. And most of us Nigerians, including myself, we work with NDIS for disability. It's very good. There are a lot of NDIS companies around, but there are some very specific things and important things that might be difficult for you to get. And these things are important for you to work in this industry. The first thing that gave me problem is my NDIS screening check. I waited 5 months.
And she did prayer and fasting and midnight videos on it.
5 months. And without this thing, you can't get a job with NDIS. And that is the only job, or that is one of the main jobs that is open to foreigners.
And flexible for students.
I was doing 2 hours. I would go and clean somebody's house, go and clean someone's bum.
Dr. Lita, the cleaner.
After my parents paid the amount in Russia to study medicine, I was cleaning people's bum and doing aged care. Just 2 hours. Sometimes I would work 5 hours a week or a fortnight. It was quite difficult. It was sad. 31st of July, my NDIS came out. Although I was able to cook up some companies, so it was fine for me to just start up. But my other problem was getting a car. Getting a car is also a very big factor working in the disability section. In fact,
in Australia,
it's so important. And I can't drive.
That's one of the questions the interviewer is going to ask you. Do you have a car? The next question is going to be, is it comprehensive or third-party insurance you have? If you say that one, they'll say we'll get back to you.
You can have 10 years of experience.
Yes, and you don't have a car. So most times people go there and say we have a car. Did you say that? No,
I'm not that bold.
Some people just claim they have a car and then we'll just start finding a way on how to go about it.
I can't even drive. So even if I have a car, I don't know how to drive. I'm scared of driving, nothing. So that was also another challenge, but God was faithful. I was able to get jobs. When my NDS came out, school resumed. And as students, we cannot work more than 24 hours a week. So either way, fine, at least I was able to get a stable income, but it wasn't still much because of my studies. I think around November, first week of November, we finished for the semester, and that time I was on fire.
Anita don't sleep in the house. Anita don't sleep in the house, I'll call her. I'll say, Anita, are you still alive? Let me know. Let me know if I'm calling your family to come and pick you, like to come to Australia and find you. I won't say, Anita, you guys, I'm at work. This is I'm at work. Let me call you back. Like, this guy made money. The kind of woman hair she bought. She made money.